Alright, gentle people, welcome. Shinju Ryu here. Welcome back to the channel. Turn down the music a bit, or just off to say the least. Yo, to be honest, I don't know what happened, but I could have sworn I looked on Manga Plus yesterday and it said that the chapter will be dropping on the 19th. I think it's when I got home, maybe around after 7. Like, I'm looking back on my YouTube feed and I'm seeing a bunch of people posting reviews and stuff. And you know, I expected some persons, as per usual, to do their early spoiler, like early release, quote unquote, you know, reviews and thing. But you know, when people like Rogers BS and I'm seeing like a lot of persons doing reviews already, man, I said, no man, something wrong. so I jump onto Manga Plus. And the chapter's already out. It's crazy. So yo, of course I'm not really expecting much, if anybody, to really jump in as I'm doing this, but you know, I guess you'll wake up tomorrow and probably see this in your feed for my reaction review here. So hope everyone's doing great. Let's jump into it. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Manga Chapter 20. Because of love. So the love motifs continue. Okay, I'm probably switch over to this scene here. Yeah, not bad. You know, some not too bad looking. Not too bad looking, you know. Alright, so nice cover, Konohamaru. Let's see what we got here. So you have Matsuri using her wood style. Gah! You whine way too much. Will snapping your neck shut you up? Or would you rather keep chatting right up until the moment I devour you? I'll let you choose, Konohamaru-chan. Become friends with them, win them over, tame them while these wild beasts are still innocent goblins. Didn't you say earlier that getting to talk so much made this the best day of your life? If you devour me, I'll die, and then we won't be able to talk like this ever again. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, sure, but it was simultaneously terrifying. It felt like my sanity was slipping away. You're dangerous to me. You make me crazy. That's what has become clear to me. My defensive instinct tells me to eliminate the danger. Conversely, there's the part of me that desires you. As they mix together, I feel compelled to devour you. Shit. Ooh. Drawing some blood there. Back on the other side of this battlefield, Ryu, Iron Sun, Wind Style, Sandstorm Blast. Which doesn't seem to do much. Alright. Mitsuki going in with Sage mode. Snakes versus Sand. Well, Iron Sun. Going in. Going below the surface. Ryu. Oh, he's pulling one of the Sand Shinobi back to him. Hits Mitsuki there. Alright, not looking good. Oh wow, I'm on Outer Sage mode. Shit. Hacks continues with the Iron Sun. Looks like checkmate, my friends. Quote unquote. Yodo, Sarada, forget us. Just save yourselves. Ugh. Stop saying stupid things. I'm not letting any of you escape. Then again, just killing all of you here and now doesn't make sense to me either. Let's do this. Otsutsuki Boruto, or even his accomplice, tell me where either of them are, huh? Any weaknesses would be cool too. In fact, share whatever intel you have on them with me, and I'll let you go. All of you. Don't fall for it. I bet he'll kill us regardless. Just run. I'm offended. You're the ones who broke their word first. Don't let me in with you. Sarada. Tell him where Boruto is. You know, don't you? Yodo. Just spill whatever you know. We're gonna be slaughtered otherwise. Don't be ridiculous. How can you believe him? It's gotta be a trap. What other choice do we have? You're okay staying silent and getting killed? Sorry, but I won't sell a I won't sell a friend out to save myself. Not that I even have any intel to share. Yeah, that's the thing, you don't have any. Borja made sure not to tell you anything in the grand scheme of things. But we may have taken Boruto's side outwardly, yet we know almost no crucial intel about him. But isn't it because of that we've been able to live freely like this? I've long wondered why you keep sticking up for a rogue ninja who's sought by his village for committing serious offenses. But I think I finally know, huh? He's the kind of guy who makes you want to always have his back, even if the rest of the world hates him, right? Something about this panel with Sarada looks odd. Like, something about her face looks distorted. Give you guys a better look. Like, yeah, it does look away. But, yeah. Anyway, I feel the same about Shinky. Hello? You still there? Yo, that's actually funny, dog. Cause you know, like it's kind of like this cliche thing in anime and manga where like a character might be powering up and you're standing there just waiting, or you know, like the other guy's still on the field. Like, so I think this was kind of like a nice meta thing. Anyway, so what say you? Should I go ahead and kill you? Hold up, Ryu. The problem is that we don't have any intel on Boruto. I see. So no ability to negotiate. Not so fast. If you'd be amenable, you can have me instead. I'll cooperate with you using my enemy detecting abilities. Yodo, you idiot. I'll start gathering it for you. I'll get you whatever intel you want, and in return you'll let the other three go. And Konohamaru not having the best of times over here. Oh, starts to cry. What the? What's this? Dripping from my eyes. Probably she's not gonna have one of those Obito moments like, these fools could never make me say. But nah, she's not cool enough for that. Yet. Probably. Anyway. And then Matsuri! My heart is racing just from him calling my name. Why? And what is this liquid pouring from my eyes? You're shedding tears. What's going on? Tears? You must be feeling sad. Which means you don't want to kill me. Back at the Evolve Shinju home base. Alright, Hidari and Jura. Oh! Well, I guess that makes sense. Tears? What the heck are tears? And what is going on with me? Matsuri, do me a favor. Could you squeeze my hands? Huh? Let's join hands. That's how special relationships start. Special relationships? That's right. That'll be the first step for the two of us. Alright, Konohamaru doing his thing. Alright. So warm. Konohamaru, become friends with them. Win them over. Tame them while these wild beasts are still innocent goblins. And then... Alright. Rasengan it. Alright. Betray them. Alright. My man should pull it off. Giant Rasengan. Woo! Alright! Double Giant Rasengan. Did your heart reel just now? This is a perfect plan. If you truly consider them nothing but foes, get them to drop their guard so you can kill them. Konohamaru-chan. Oh wait, hold on. Because of love, Matsuri wavered over devouring him and allowed him to trick her and deliver a painful counterattack. And also because of love, Sarutobi Konohamaru fell prey to doubt and foolishly let victory slip away from his grasp. Oh shit. Ooh, Yodo. That'll be a no thanks. And please don't talk down to me. I get annoyed easily. Yodo! Hang in there. Yodo, damn it, you bastard. Why can't things go well for once? No way, it's okay. I know that I'm done for. Yodo! And then get Sarada. Last one in the bag. Now you're all obedient puppets of mine. Sarada, I'm not sure why it's happening now, but I can hear it real well. You don't know yourself at all, do you? Huh? Your feelings. Why you wanna be strong. I can tell right now. It's clear to me that you misunderstand. You're probably deluding yourself subconsciously. What are you talking about? I would love to know too. I'm referring to that power you've been letting rot. Yes, yes, please tell me she's gonna activate it. How stubbornly you cling to life. You seem to be in pain. Why don't we finish you off? Stop. I don't know why or what you're holding back for. But it's okay. Well, hold on. What is this? Is this like an Android 16 Gohan moment? Come on, dog. Come on. But it's okay to use it for things other than just the greater good. You're allowed to use it for, and only for, that special person in your life to protect them. Okay, Uchiha girl, let's get go. Wait, what? What the? The iron sand is peeling away. Buds, no. The restraints are gone. What's going on? The iron sand is gathering in one spot. No, it's being sucked in. Ooh, yes, sir. Yeah. Finally, her eyes are Mangekyo Sharingan. Okay, yes. Alright, alright. I love to see it. Love to see it. Finally. Of course we still don't have like a clear cut idea of what the ability was. But could be Kamui similar. Because as Mitsuki says here, it's being sucked in. Okay, okay, okay. Good chapter. Which is what I say every month, right? I think one of the things that I've been saying over these last few months, especially with Shikamaru's plan when he revealed it, one thing I would have made note of is that I've been saying is that the modern generation of Shinobi in the grand scheme of things, they come from a different culture as opposed to say the Blood Mist. They're not like a Zabuza and all that jazz, you know. They're not bloodthirsty. It's not the same culture of being, you know, brought up as simply weapons. You have choices in the academy now for other subjects and all of that. You know, this generation isn't, they're not up to par. They didn't grow up in that blood soaked era, essentially. So in a nutshell, they aren't as, say, battle hardened or, you know, as willing or able to betray like other characters without it showing like that their hearts are on their sleeves, essentially. And I've been saying that for a few months now, and essentially that's what happened. Even though they're kind of wrapping it up, Jura specifically, in terms of because of love, yeah, there's more nuance to it outside of it being quote unquote love, right? There is, how should I put it? I think you guys already get what I'm trying to say, getting how I'm trying to put it. But at the end of the day, right? In Konohamaru's case, again, he didn't grow up exactly. I mean, he's kind of almost at the tail end of Naruto generation, basically. But again, he isn't that type of shinobi, as far as I know, right? Maybe novels and extended material could say otherwise, but as far as mainstream Naruto content, yeah, I never really saw Konohamaru as that type of character. And it feels like this whole hesitation on both Matsuri's side and Konohamaru's side feels like a natural escalation of who they are as people, right? Matsuri, who's a cobbling, trying to come to terms with her feelings and all that jazz and blues. Of course, she's going to hesitate when Konohamaru does what he does in this chapter, reaching out for a hand, making her feel those feelings, kind of temporarily allowing those emotions of wanting to be with Konohamaru to overpower her in the moment. Konohamaru, on the other hand, put the whole love argument aside. He's not from that era, not from that culture of shinobi. The modern shinobi aren't as battle hardened and bloodthirsty and just willing to betray each other like one time. So it makes sense for me that Konohamaru hesitated in the grand scheme of things. And it'd be one thing if she reminded, if there was like a panel of like Moegi, but that wasn't the case. So I think that kind of emphasizes my point even more, that it's a cultural thing based on where, or a generational thing based on the generation that Konohamaru grew up in, or kind of getting used to this more modern era of peace essentially. So I thought that made sense. And even though they're kind of wrapping it up again in that whole bubble of love, again it's kind of like more nuanced than that, right? Because and I was supposed to make a video on this, because naturally they're like, shout out to better health, but there are 8 types of love. So Konohamaru's doubt or hesitation could be, if you want to stick with the whole love argument, coming from one of these. So if I'm looking through here, right, okay, it's like philia. This form of love signifies friendship and camaraderie. It embodies loyalty, common goodwill, and mutual respect. Or agape. Agape love includes selfless, unconditional love. Agape is often linked to empathy, acts of kindness, and love for overall humanity. So you could say it's more or less linking to like one of those types of love. Where Kishimoto and Ikimoto are going, it's I guess for the audience, the term love in this instance is kind of like a catch-all, where it can be applied to different types of love depending on the character, depending on the perspective the character is coming from. So love is really just a catch-all, and there's more nuance to it than that. But what I found interesting is that it does seem that Jura is essentially linked emotionally to all the other evolved Shinju, which makes sense. I mean, he did say early in the story that they're technically still one being, but they still have their own individuality, so it makes sense. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to affect the story going forward in terms of how Jura handles managing the group, because if he can experience these emotions and grow as a quote-unquote person as the story goes on, without himself having to directly interact with certain characters or going into certain conflicts, it should be interesting to see how his character is going to grow as a result of that, and what other conclusions he as a character could come to as a result of his growing experience with humanity, directly and indirectly, right? So that's interesting to see where that's going to take the story, which also enhances the nuance of these characters aren't going to be black and white, even more so for Jura now. So that's interesting, even though I would be curious to see if Mushimi, hopefully I'm remembering the name right, if the other characters experience it as well, even though probably based on this panel here it might not be the case, maybe not. So yeah, but using this experience, Jura might decide to kind of push forward with certain plans. So yeah, there is definitely that. Now Ryu, definitely strong, definitely hacks. I know one point of discussion for my reaction reviews here that I've had over the last few months was the ambiguous nature of how strong X character is versus Y character. So that's the thing. Ryu is definitely strong. There's no doubt about that. Hacks, Iron Sun, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a lot of Iron Sand, and then using it to be able to control his opponents. Um, Bruh, this man it's gonna take a certain move set, and that's exactly I think what we're gonna get with Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan. So I'm glad that's the case. Even though this was clearly an Android 16 inspired moment, like bro. With the only exception that Ryu doesn't finish off Yodo. I'm hoping she gets to live though. Would be nice to see more from her. Let me just go back over this section here. Don't know yourself at all, do you? Your feelings, why you want to be strong. I can tell right now, certain that you must you're probably losing. So, I mean, how does Yodo, like, determine or know all this? Granted, I could probably chalk it up to she being a sensor type and trying to deduce something from what she's sensing from Sarada's chakra, maybe. And maybe she's seen that somewhere. She sensed that type of fluctuation in chakra before based on another encounter with somebody else that also doubted themselves and their powers. Maybe that's the best I got. But it's interesting that she is able to say, oh yo bro, like sis, you're kind of holding back. Yeah, probably I'm referring to Rot. Alphabet. Just be great. Good. Use it. Okay, so I guess Sarada had some mental blocks, so it's interesting. Yo, I'm just glad we're finally here. The Mangekyo Sharingan Sarada, dog. Interesting to see how this is going to go. And I'm kind of glad that the arc is going how I predicted it would go. Because so far we've had limited Boruto. And it kind of feels like it's been a while since this is a monthly release. But yeah, it's cool to see that we're getting limited Boruto and we're getting more from other characters. So I'm interested to see how things are going to go with Sarada. And even though I'm excited for the Mangekyo Sharingan here, like even beyond the Mangekyo Sharingan, like with Yodo like telling her these things about, you're doubting yourself and it's okay to, use this power for more than, X, Y, and Z. It should be interesting to see how her character operates in the story coming out of this arc too, or based on how things go with this Mangekyo Sharingan. So there is definitely that. And with how things are going, I'm gonna make a long-term prediction. Maybe coming out of this arc, and the next arc might be a bit more Mitsuki centric, because things based on how things are going, it seems like things are just kind of building up to have Sarada be the main thing for this arc in terms of like development and everything. So yeah, again, I don't know. I get it's just me, but the fact that some people would talk about Momoshiki back in the day, like maybe like, yo, we know Momoshiki is powerful, but he seems subpar and powerful at the same time. I think that's the best way I can now describe like the ambiguous feeling of how strong X and Y characters are these days. Because, I mean, the fact that, yeah, 2 double massive Rasengans aren't nothing to joke about, but the fact that he could just rip her like paper mache with 2 giant Rasengans, like in my head, I don't know, man. Maybe that wouldn't really work against Madara, I'm just saying. So, I don't know. I'm getting that kind of vibe. And again, I'm not saying that Konohama was no slouch, but bro, I mean the fact that he could do 2 massive Rasengans, that's crazy, bro. I mean, because if you're even comparing it to Naruto, like, I mean, what are the big moments post time skip for part 2 of the story was Naruto doing a massive Rasengan, right? So, I'm just saying, but this is what it is. All in all, again, I think it's just another chapter that has a lot of good setup and a lot of fulfillment of like what you'd expect from the characters at this point in time in the story based on their origins and all that jazz, right? And of course, progression, you're getting to see Sarada finally pull out the Mangekyo of Sharingan. Yo, yes, cause you know it's been we're 20 chapters in, fam. We're almost 2 years in. 2 years departed from part one of Boruto, and you know I was wondering when we were gonna actually get to see our Mangekyo. So, you know that's the thing. So looking forward to seeing how this is going to go, and of course, as I was saying, the whole setup for what happens with her character in terms of development. This whole and I'm curious how Kishimoto and Ikimoto are gonna frame the story because yeah, even though like I'm one of those persons that can see beyond the deception, see beyond the catch-all statement of love and this whole theme of love that Kishimoto and Ikimoto are kind of trying to package everything into. But I know I can see it's more nuanced than that. As I keep referencing those the different types of love, but I'm curious to see where they'll go, where they're trying to push this thematically. Where's the thematic ceiling of where they're trying to go right now? Because there's so much love going around. I'm just saying. So yeah, but all in all, good chapter. Curious to see the hacks of Sarada and how I guess her removing the mental blocks will amp her. Also looking forward to all the ridiculous power skill I can imagine persons are going to have. Yo, Sarada stronger than Ishikino, and maybe. I'm expecting some wild comments like that from people, maybe. So yeah, but I guess that kind of ties in more with the whole ambiguous nature of how strong these characters are right now. But anyway, that's all I have for this one. I think that was nice, short, and to the point. For those of you who will be joining and watching this tomorrow or the day after or whatever the case may be. So let me know what you thought about this chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything you thought I got wrong? Of course, leave your comments. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comment section below. So yeah, it's going to get more intense, to say the least. So yeah, and of course let me know if you think this will be enough to put Ryu down or at least allow them to escape. But again, it depends on the hacks, because I imagine that ability to draw things in is just the ability of one eye, and then we gotta find out what the next eye does, and then maybe Susanoo. Anyway, Shinju Ryu, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you in the next Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Awesome chapter. Can't complain too much.